Tasya chodartah kshaunīm swadamstrāgrena līlaya दैत्यराजस्य च ब्रह्मन् कस्मादेतोरभून्मृदः तस्य चोदत्तः क्षौणीं स्वदंष्ट्राग्रेण लीलया दैत्यराजस्य च ब्रह्मन् कस्मादेतोरभून्मृदः. So synonyms: tasya, his, cha, also, uddharataha, while lifting, kshaunīm, the earth planet, swadamstra agrena, by the edge of his tusks, leelaya, in his pastimes, daitya rajasya, of the king of demons, cha, and brahman, O brahmana, kasmat, from what, hetoho, reason, abhut, there was, vrdaha, fight. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. What was the reason, O Brahmana, for the fight between the demon king and Lord Boar while the Lord was lifting the earth as his pastime? Next verse. Shraddhadanaya bhaktaya ब्रूहि तज्जन्म विस्तरम् ऋषेण तृप्यति मनः परं कौतूहलं हि मे श्रद्धदानाय भक्ताय ब्रूहि तज्जन्म विस्तरम् ऋषेण तृप्यति मनः परं कौतूहलं हि मे श्रद्धदानाय भक्ताय ब्रूहि तज्जन्म विस्तरम् ऋषेण तृप्यति मनः परं कौतूहलं हि मे. Shraddhadanaya, unto a faithful person, bhaktaya, unto a devotee, bruhi, please narrate, tat, his, janma, appearance, vistaram, in detail, rishe, O great says, na, not, tripyati, become satisfied, manha, mind, param, very much, kautuhalam, inquisitive, he, certainly, me, my mind has become very inquisitive, and therefore I am not satisfied with hearing the narration of the Lord's appearance. Please therefore speak more and more to a devotee who is faithful. Purport: one who is actually faithful and inquisitive is qualified to hear the transcendental pastimes of the appearance and disappearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vidura was a suitable candidate to receive such transcendental messages. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyameshwaram Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So these two verses were spoken by Viduraji to the Maitreya Muni, and he was expressing his. It's not like that he did not get satisfied by hearing the pastime of Varahadev lifting the Mother Earth, but it's his extreme inquisitiveness to hear more and more about the Lord's pastimes. And For that, he is not a random person asking for, as he is feeling boredom, he wants some time pass, or he was just thinking like a story. No, he is extremely faithful, and he has necessary qualifications to be the audience, to be the receiver of this transcendental knowledge. He is completely qualified to hear the narrations of the Lord's appearance and the details of all the Lord's past tense. And here, Srila Prabhupada, though it is only 2 sentences per part, he gave the treasure in that 2 lines itself. So when we are hearing the Lord's past tense, we should have that inquisitiveness and complete faith on the scriptures. Sometimes the details will be ambiguous. In one place about the same pastime, you will hear some details. In another place, we will hear different way. And if you see here, Bruhat Bhagavatamrita, there are so many in-depth details. For a neophyte, it will cause lot of questions. It will cause lot of doubts. It may cause lot of confusion. Why? Because Brihad Bhagavatamrita is giving much details of various yugas, various days of Brahma, various yuga cycles of Brahma. So we should hear from a bona fide authority and a pure devotee, so that they will explain in which day of Brahma it happened, in which manvantara it happened. So there are some minute details that are happening. So if you see the before verses, in the same way, Lord Varahadeva is in white color in one Yuga Alila, in one Satya Yuga Lila, and Lord Varahadeva is in red color when he appeared in another Lila. So we should not be bewildered, rather we should enjoy the transcendental past tense, however they are. Details may vary, but Leelas are extremely nectarious when we are hearing. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was hearing all these Leelas from Swarup Damodar or Murari Gupta, he was asking, please don't stop, say again and again and again. He used to ask, same Putana Krishna Leela, he would have heard 100 times, again with the same enthusiasms, with the same relishment. Can you please say again? Can you please say again? He used to ask his disciples and associates. So we should pray to the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to have that enthusiasm to hear the Lord's pastimes again and again. For that reason, today I want to mention some of the benefits by hearing these pastimes, by hearing this katha, Bhagavata katha, more and more. If we know the benefit, we will be more inclined. Of course, even though we don't hear the benefits, they are relishable, but we are in this material world. Every time we have to hear more and more and more benefits, because when a mother is giving a medicine, the kid is reluctant to accept it, maybe because of the taste, maybe because it is the flavor, the smell. So the kid is reluctant. Then the caring mother used to tell the benefits. Even when she is giving food, vegetables, when the kids are not willing to eat, the mother says, see, if you eat this, you will become strong, you will become very big. Like that, she will explain the benefits. In the same way, acharyas are explaining, Srila Prabhupada and the Param Gurus, they explain the benefits in various places of the Srimad Bhagavatam, beginning from the first canto itself. Sakshat Srila Narada ji explained the benefit in first canto itself, in the 5th chapter, 28th verse, by his own example. By hearing this Bhagavad Gita, what is the benefit? When he was explaining Srila Vyasadev, Itham Sharat Pravarashika, that sloka, Sankirtyamanam Munibhir Mahatmabhir Bhakti Pravitatma Rajastamopaha. So, Itham Sharat Pravarashika Vratu Harer Vrishnvato Menu Savam Yashomalam. So, he was saying that when I was hearing constantly, again and again, from those saintly persons, what happened to him? Bhakti sprouted, and because of that, all the passion and ignorant coverings were destroyed. He was saying that. And acharyas were explaining that when his mother was bitten by the snake and passed away, because of the knowledge, because of the devotional service that was sprouted by hearing these lectures, by hearing this Krishna Katha from the saintly persons, pure devotees, how much his ignorance and passion was removed means he burned his own hut before going to the north. That much he became so knowledgeable and determined to get the mercy of Lord, Supreme Lord. So immediately, he is such a small boy, 5-year-old boy, he became so renounced that he burned his own hut and just went away. He was not anymore attached. We cannot imitate Naradaji, but we can get rid of this passion and ignorant thoughts, that material desires, by hearing this. This is the, I can say this is the very important, but just basic comparing to the other benefits. When we are hearing the other benefits, which are so magnanimous, and Rukmini Mata, she was explaining when he was hearing the transcendental glories of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna from the lotus mouth of Naradaji. She wrote a letter saying to Krishna, Krishna, what I can do? There, I cannot find any other person as beautiful as you, as chivalrous as you, as a perfect lioness as you appeared. Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara shrunvatante nirvishya karnakar vivarair haratong nirvishya karna vivarair haratong gatapam. So when I am hearing from about you, nirvishya karna vivarai haratonga tapam, all my material distress was vanished. So her hrudaya tapam was gone. She was relieved from all those distresses. She was saying beautifully. And I am expressing this shamelessly. Apatratamte. So please kindly accept me. And she was saying that Rupam Drisham Drishitatam Akilatalabham Tvayachyuta Vishati Chittam Apatratamte. So she was imagining the beautiful face, beautiful form. She never saw Krishna how he looks, but she was seeing through ears. she was imagining, she was, what's that, a artist draw some imaginary picture that comes in his mind, right? So she was visualizing based on the descriptions of Naradaji. That is the beauty. When we read or hear, we should not try to see the God. Rather, we should try to see the God through our ears, not with our naked eyes, blunt eyes. We cannot. Of course, in the temple, it is the feast, seeing the Lord's form. But if we hear through the acharyas, the descriptions of the Lord, the glories of the Lord, we will not make offenses when we go in the temple and see the beautiful Shyamasundara form of the Lord. We will feel that relishment to see the Lord's form again and again. That is the power of hearing the Krishna Katha. And so here, the first one is we can get rid of our passion and ignorance. And the second benefit which I mentioned is here, we can have the attraction towards the beautiful features of the Lord. And when Lord Krishna read this, he was extremely satisfied with the devotion of Mother Rukmini. So that means by glorifying the Lord always, either by stuti or prayers or by opening our heart, so Krishna likes it so much. He always hankered to hear from his devotees. So it is always very sweet to hear like this. And in the Gopi Geet, gopis are mentioning about this hearing of Krishna's glories. Tava katamrutam tapta jivanam kavi viriditam kalmashapaham Shravana mangalam Srimadatam bhuvi grunanti te purita jana. Shravana mangalam Srimadatam. So it is very auspicious to hear Krishna Katha, to hear their singing. My dear Krishna, Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam. It is nectarious. Your Krishna Katha is so nectarious, and when anyone hears, it is so auspicious. And when everyone is spreading this message, when anyone is spreading these glories throughout the world, they are so magnanimous. Sakshat gopis are glorifying the speakers of Srimad Bhagavatam and whoever is hearing. And what will happen if they hear this Srimad Bhagavatam? So these are all the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. It brings all auspiciousness. Very nice, right? And next, it is the most necessary benefit is we can become fearless. Here, I will tell one pastime of Srila Prabhupada. One time, there is one Prabhu, Siddhant Prabhu. Many of you would have known him because he is the writer, author of all the memories of Srila Prabhupada, collecting from all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. It is very nice, wonderful contribution of his. That Siddhant Prabhu, he said that how one incident of his changed his life and become a dedicated disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Siddhant Prabhu has lot of questions in his mind before joining this movement. One time, he attended a lecture of Srila Prabhupada, and one devotee with a strong voice, he got up and asked a question. Srila Prabhupada, you are asking, chant, here. What is the personal transformation that happened in your life by this devotional process? Usually, many of us with such a kind of question, because it is a personal and there are so many, we have to give a strong, authentic answer that can impact the audience, that will make the audience realize the potency of this process. Then immediately, within no fraction of second, Srila Prabhupada answered, I became fearless. 4 words. So Prabhupada was, he said actually 4 words, I feel no fear, 4 words. So he was very confident and he was never fearful at any situation. He underwent a lot of tribulations when his own roommate was about to kill. He broke in all his typewriter, he stole everything. He was about to kill also. Prabhupada was fearless. And there is one more incident that happened when he was translating in the midnight in San Francisco. One person banged at the door of Srila Prabhupada's. At that time, only Prabhupada was there. No disciples in that, because it was just a small room and it was very beginning in 1970s. So Prabhupada in the late midnight, he opened the door and he saw a lady with ripped clothes, very untidy appearance of that girl, with loose hair, with dirty hair, dirty appearance. Literally, she was looking like a ghost, you can think. But Prabhupada was so fearless and he asked, who are you? And that lady is not talking anything, responding. Why you have come here? What work? What do you need? Prabhupada asked, but she did not say anything. And Prabhupada was looking here and there. Is there anybody else with her? Then he said that, please go out. I have a lot of work. I need to translate. Please go out. Then immediately, instead of talking, that lady said that, ooh la la, in the late midnight with a ghostly appearance. When she said, just imagine if anybody else is there. Then Prabhupada doesn't have any fear. He did not be shaken. Then he wanted to close the door and go inside the room, lock the door and go inside. Then immediately she pushed the door and she also entered the room. But Prabhupada is a sannyasi. It is the midnight. He cannot stay with a girl inside the room. What Prabhupada did was, okay, let her stay inside. Better I be out. Then Prabhupada came out. Then at that time, she followed Prabhupada and she also came out and locked the door. It is an auto lock door and it got closed. In the late midnight, extreme cold, Prabhupada is with a girl outside the room and he doesn't have spare key. So he was not knowing what to do. He was knowing only one devotee, Mukunda, and he was staying nearby, but he doesn't know the address also exactly. For 1.5 hours, he was roaming, and finally found where is Mukunda. And he explained the whole incident. Mukunda chastised that lady, and he has extra key to open that auto lock door, and he went and opened, and Mukunda drew that girl out. And Prabhupada, after going inside, as usual, he was continuing his work, translation work, as if nothing happened. And he was doing, and early morning, he got up, he was ready for giving Srimad Bhagavatam class, as if nothing happened. Then, in the audience, Prabhupada saw this very same girl again. Then, see how Prabhupada responded seeing that girl. He was smiling seeing that girl, and he said all of a sudden, ooh la la. So Prabhupada is so humorous. He doesn't have fear. Rather, he was jokingly said that, oh, you are here again. He said that. So Prabhupada doesn't have any fear. And not only that, in the scriptures, it is mentioned that whoever is who wants to get rid of this fear of death, fear of birth and death, it is, they used to, Srimad Bhagavatam mentioned that Shrutraya samrunamanga matyanamrutam ichhatam ihopahuto bhagavan mrityu samitra karmani. Mrityu samitra karmani means whoever wants to get rid of fear of birth and death, they used to invite Yamaraj. In Naimisharanya, when Saunika and all the sages were hearing this Srimad Bhagavatam from Suta Goswami, they invited Yamaraj. So, why? Because if Yamaraj is a very wonderful devotee of the Supreme Lord, he always willing to hear Krishna Katha. That means Yamaraj comes 2 times. When the person is extremely sinful and when the person is extremely devotional and always hearing this Krishna Katha. So, when we are discussing this Krishna Katha, Yamaraj will be straight next to us, sitting next to us. And he will recognize the people who are all participating in the discussion, and he will definitely remember and he will recognize, and he will not even touch and let anyone touch that kind of disciples, take them to the hellish planet. Rather, he will with a lot of respect, with a lot of like a red carpet, he will put the red carpet himself to send that person to Vaikuntha. So this is the extreme, most interesting benefit that we can achieve from Yamaraj. So we have to always take shelter of the Bhagavatam. There are many more, but we don't have time. It's already getting 7 o'clock, becoming 7 o'clock. So some of the benefits are, we can get rid of passion and ignorance. We can, it is so auspicious, and we can become fearless, and we can get attraction towards the Lord and his attraction towards his past and his qualities. We can get the attraction to his form, everything, and it is so auspicious. And finally, it's not finally, there are unlimited benefits. These are very, very few, and we can become fearless. So padam yat vipadam, in this material world, every step there is danger. We have to go to work every day. Otherwise, we have fear. What will happen tomorrow? The life is like that. It is designed in this material world. We have to work hard like asses for a cup of rice, no matter wherever we are, because we have to pay taxes, we have to pay insurances, we have to pay the mortgages, so we have to work. So padam, every minute there is a fear. We cannot even completely take shelter. We cannot completely renounce and go to the forest also. So it is very essential to take the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam and to take the shelter of the pure devotees, so that we can attain all these benefits. Hare Krishna. If there are any questions, please suggest.
Okay, Mataji, thank you very much. To begin this wonderful week with wonderful Katha. We'd like to wish you all a safe and Krishna conscious day and week ahead. We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
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 Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
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 Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Shri Nrsingo, Jai
Jai
Nrsingo,
Krishna,
Jai Jai
Jai Krishna,
Nrsingo,
Deva,
Baladesh, Jai
Baladeja,
Baladesh,
Jaya
Jaya
Padma,
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 Padma
Padma,
Pinga,
Om
Ugram
Vira
Vijam
Vira
Mahavishnu,
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 Samsarutam,
Nrsimham
Narasimham
Vishnu,
Bhishadam
Bhishadam
Bharam
Bhadram,
Bhadram
Pratyam
Hridyam
Bhujam,
Nrsimha
Mani
Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai,
Jai,
Maharaj ki Jai.
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 That's all for our humble obeisances to all the Sambhur Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpataru.
Vanchakalpataruvasya kripa sindhuvaya
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Vaishnavrinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Ki Jai.
Gaur Premanande.
Hari 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 Bol. Thank you everybody.
Thank
Hari
you,
Bol.
Maharaj.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
wonderful thoughts. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Thank you, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Very